How's it going, Ready Up Live? On today's Halo live stream, make sure you don't miss these in the future. This one was actually surprisingly packed. I had no idea what I was going to see going in, but there's some news in here. For starters, Oddball is coming back to Halo 5. Yes, I know. It should have been there from launch. I totally agree, but talking about it now is not going to do anything. While we've recently had an Oddball-ish mode, this is the real thing. You have indicators, you have audio, voiceovers. In customs, you'll have the ability to choose whether you have the UNSC bomb or the skull. If you use the bomb, you're a bad person.
There's some changes for Assault, custom options, and default options, as well as CTF. Now, the first, Tosh, a very important one that you and I have been looking forward to discussing greatly, and that's the default settings for the bomb carrier in Assault have been reduced from 2 thrusts to 1 thrust, because some said 2 thrusts was too much.
Yeah, there's a joke in there about how many thrusts, but I think my mom is watching, so I might pass on that one.
Because you told me you told me earlier before the show that you were kind of one thrust, one and done kind of guy.
Nope, he's making it up, Mom. Don't even.
2 thrusts was a lot for the bomb carrier. The bomb carrier. So it has been reduced to default single thrust to not make that the bomb carrier, overpowered. Next one is going to be a big one as well. Assault damage upon explosion is back, which was a big community requested one.
Yeah, absolutely. When we did the HCS settings, when we were testing out Ball, one of the consistent feedback we got from the players was you need the bomb to explode and kill the people who are arming the bomb. So that's in there now for the next update. So it's going to add a new dynamic to Assault, and I think we're going to do
anyone who's a fan, of course, of classic midship bomb, warlock bomb, sank bomb, that explosion radius, it does make a difference in gameplay, right? You kind of got to beeline out of there.
Yeah, you need your routes. Yeah. You need to know exactly where you're going.
Exactly. So it's great to see that back, as you had said. We've seen feedback around that, and that's one of the other things that makes Assault. So great to see that. Lastly is that flag carriers in CTF are going to have the option for Flagnum type in custom game options. Now you can choose between a default Magnum as well as the Gunfighter Magnums. Crespo 2006 says great. The Griffball ball will explode now. That's another big piece we didn't talk about, right? The explosion is huge for Griffball as well. It changes the game quite a bit.
This is cool. These have been in the game files since something like February. Country flag themed skins for your weapons. These are pretty dope. You know I'm going to rock the Canada skins. During each regional HCS event, these skins will be available for a limited time. So make sure you sign on and grab them when the time comes. We'll also be getting some new HCS skins soon. I'm all about these. Proceeds go to the orgs, and apparently they've been given hundreds of thousands of dollars from these already. These teams that come on to support Halo should be getting paid to do so. I am all about this. Say what you want about rec packs and such, but paid things that go to a good cause are fantastic. So these will be Assault Rifle and Magnum skins. You got Luminosity in all its blueness. Splice, this one looks the coolest for me. That splash style is super awesome. And Straight Rippin', this is very, very cool. It's old school. You gotta rep Straight Rippin'. Speaking of rec packs, make sure you pick up the Relief and Recovery rec pack. Proceeds from this pack go to Global Giving. It's an organization that assists with relief efforts in the Gulf Coast, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. They're coming out with a Halo 5 local server app for Windows 10, so you'll be able to host cool custom LAN games. Microsoft stores everywhere have been and will continue hosting awesome little Halo tournaments. And moving forward, if you compete in one, you can get a special exclusive battle rifle skin. So hit up your local Microsoft store and compete. The super cool Halo Recruit should now be available on Microsoft stores, so check your local store, see if you can go play it. On this stream, a lot of the weapon tuning update was discussed, so you're definitely going to want to go check out the stream yourself. There was a ton of feedback on the BR. A lot of people didn't really like the tuning. I'm kind of on the fence. I don't like Halo 5's BR, and I've been very vocal about this. As Quinn says on the stream, it functions kind of like a DMR. The range on it's insane. The time to kill with multiple BRs is too much. We have to kind of pull back somehow, and that's a really tricky dance to dance. So they have heard your feedback, and they are working on it again. And of course, Quinn had to make a fool of himself on this stream.
Looks like we got a fresh shipment. This is a fresh shipment right here.
I thought we'd have you just tune this in real time for us, kind of show us how you do it.
My tuning screwdriver. I take this around the lab. People are play testing. They got their battle rifles, and I just slam this into the monitor, and I'm just tuning this bad boy. And we go through monitors, and it's rough on the playtest lab. I'm sorry for James Bakich about damaging our monitors, but that's kind of what I do. So we got this guy. And this is your standard issue BR-55 heavy barrel service rifle.
Of course.
Right?
Of course it is.
Easterling's over here, right? What?
85. Oh, it's an 85.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh, you had me.
My bad.
I didn't know anything.
This guy,
this.
This is a meme now.
I want to see how far you go with this. I want to just see how far we go with this.
Bonnie Ross was brought on to talk about MCC and how it's being fixed and how it's being brought to Xbox One X.
Why don't we start off by just talking about sort of our fan community and something that I think just in my time here is something that I've seen 343 really kind of take a renewed focus in how we listen and engage with our fans.
Yeah, I hope, we always are listening to everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, but I don't think we always do a good job of communicating back on what we're hearing or not hearing. And what you're hopefully seeing this last year is us trying to have more of a dialogue with fans versus talking at, and really trying to understand what's going on. Like Heavy Aims would be a good example of this, that I hope the fans feel we've kind of done a better job engaging and really figuring out what's going on so that we can create the best experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything we've talked about today, as far as I'm concerned, is just a huge list of fan service items. It's things that we know our players have been asking for, and it's amazing to see the team committing and going in to do the work to now bring these experiences to our player base.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we can really have a fan conversation discussion and ignore MCC. So let's just jump right in to the thing that many people probably thought we would surely ignore and avoid on this topic, but we're talking about it.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's been really great about having you, a trusted member back on the front with the community, is fans have been really open about maybe what we haven't been. I think that we think about MCC a lot. We think about what we should be doing or not doing, but we're not really communicating to the audience or to our community. And I think you've done a great job at highlighting that. And so, yeah, now is the time to talk about MCC.
Well, I've been here almost a year. Next week will be my 1-year anniversary. I walked in kind of bright-eyed, excited to be back in the Halo scene. And I heard from a lot of folks that they just wanted to know what was going on with the Master Chief Collection. And I naively thought, hey, how can it be? I'm going to walk around. I'll get some answers and be right back to you. So coming up on a year, it's been tough because there just hasn't been any information to share. But I think today we're going to change that.
We are, and I would just say that I think that seeing the community through your eyes and that we haven't been communicating, we've just been silent on this topic, has not been great. It's caused a lot of frustration, and I do apologize for that. And I want to make sure as we go forward, that's something that we do fix, even if it's half-baked or we don't know exactly what we're doing, having a better dialogue with the fans to kind of update them. For us, we have been looking at when the right opportunity is to upgrade MCC. And when we do it to get the maximum benefit, we do feel that we want to move it to the latest platform updates so we can take advantage of all the great stuff that the Xbox platform team has done. And MCC is 6 engines. It's not an easy thing to move over, and there's a lot of risk, which doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. We were a little bit more cautious about when we should do it.
So I think from what I've heard in our discussions, sort of with the upcoming release of Xbox One X, it just presented a new opportunity that a new console, along with all the platform updates that you've mentioned, kind of now makes an MCC kind of revisit a lot less risky and a lot more viable in terms of what we want to do and what we actually can do.
Yeah, and I think for us it was looking at, when we look at Xbox One X, it's an opportunity to take our current gen portfolio and enhance it across to give a better play experience that looks better on everything we're doing. And Master Chief Collection should definitely be part of that. So this is the time that we're going to crack it open, move it over to the latest game operating system, which has amazing improvements to matchmaking, which we'll benefit from. And now's the right time, and we're pretty excited that we're going to move the whole portfolio forward.
Well, awesome. And I think another new feature that didn't even exist back in the day is this concept of allowing us to flight a title out into the wild, right? So we're actually going to be tapping into our player base and asking for their help throughout this process. Yeah,
we've got a team right now that's already working on moving MCC forward, and we're partnering with another external team. But one of the things that we're going to try and do is have a much more open dialogue with the community, and flighting is going to be part of that. So probably sometime next spring, you'll start to see the latest builds of MCC, and I hope you guys will help us out and give us some perspective on what's going on.
Awesome. Well, we'll of course have a lot more information and all the details as we get a little closer and those plans get baked, but great news for MCC fans to look forward to early next year.
I see this every time I mention Xbox One X, guys. It's essentially the same console. Games that are on Xbox One X are the same as games on Xbox One. Vice versa, Xbox One X can just play them in 4K. So you don't need to upgrade to an Xbox One X console. So when MCC gets fixed and you have an Xbox One, you're fine. You don't need to upgrade. I don't know if they need to be more clear or people just don't pay attention. They also talked about how Halo Wars 2 is getting crossplay. So people on Xbox can play with people on PC, and that's a lot of fun because I have some Xbox guys, and I would rather play Halo Wars on PC. So there you have it. That is the gist of it. I highly recommend watching the whole stream. It was actually a very good stream. Tons of information dropped. A lot of fun to see. Links in the description for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You can pull MCC out of the trash bin. There was no word if it'll be on PC. I personally doubt it, but it would be pretty sweet. But I would rather them not mess with it anymore and break something else. Maybe in the future. We'll see.
Yeah, there's a joke in there about how many thrusts, but I think my mom is watching, so I might pass on that one.
Because you told me earlier before the show that you were kind of one thrust, one and done kind of guy.
Nope, he's making it up, Mom. Don't even.
Okay, I thought I heard something like that, but no. All jokes, no. Some jokes aside.
This is a meme now.
I want to see how far you go with this.
This is a meme now.
I want to see how far you go with this.
This is a meme now.
I want to see how far you go with this.
This is a meme now.